This is humanity's first time observing Mars through a telescope, but scientist Jella suddenly notices flashes of light rising from Mars, like someone up there is firing cannons. When they hear her discovery, everyone gets excited. The professor quickly takes a photograph of what Jella saw, but due to the primitive technology during WWI, the photo isn't clear. So Professor Kieran concludes, this was just a massive volcanic eruption on Mars. Jella thinks that might be it too. However, the series of events that follow completely shatter her original belief. That evening, a blue light suddenly illuminates outside. Then the house begins to shake. Jella and her husband Galen rush outside. They see clouds in the sky formed by something moving at high speed. Clearly something has fallen from the sky to the ground. So the next morning, the couple and Kieran follow the cloud trail. They enter a forest, where a large area of trees has been burned. In the charred clearing, a meteorite sits quietly. But unlike ordinary meteorites, this one is enormous, and it vibrates periodically. The strange scene makes everyone uneasy. Galen tells the others not to move, while he goes to find the authorities. But since all communications have been down since last night, he has to go on foot. But the distance is too far. He can't help wishing he had a car. Speaking of cars, Ghazi used car BMW, only cost over 50,000. Ghazi has tens of thousands of different Mercedes, BMW, and Tesla configurations. Way more choices than offline stores. Every Ghazi's car goes through professional official inspection, and can be delivered for a 3-day test drive. If you have an old car, you can also auction it on Ghazi's for high prices. Anyway, for used cars, Ghazi is the way to go. Check out Ghazi. Soon Galen brings back people from national security. Everyone decides to dig up all the soil around the meteorite first. But just when they're halfway done, cracks suddenly appear on the meteorite surface. And from inside comes a sound, like gears turning, as if something is trying to get out. Everyone present is startled. They quickly retreat to observe from a distance. Sure enough, the next second, the meteorite shell begins to shed. Only then do people discover in horror that inside the meteorite is a black sphere. A national security official boldly, carefully approaches and reaches out his hand. The black sphere's surface is covered in sticky liquid, but very smooth. You can clearly see a reflection in it. The official is curious. But then, the black sphere inside the meteorite starts spinning. In an instant, all the outer shell falls off. This sudden change startles everyone present. Before they can react, the black sphere spins faster and faster, then slowly rises to 5 meters above ground. People back then had never seen such a scene. They completely forget about potential danger, all standing frozen in place, wanting to see what happens next. Little do they know, a crisis that could wipe out humanity has arrived. The black sphere stops rising at a certain height, and begins spinning wildly, then breaks itself apart into black fragments. The closest national security official bears the brunt. When the black fragments touch him, they immediately ignite. He instantly becomes a human torch. Only now do people finally sense the danger, and start running for their lives. But it's too late. As the black fragments spread, people begin catching fire one by one, until the black sphere completely dissipates. Only then do the casualties stop. Among the crowd, Jella and Galen are also running. Since they were on the outer edge from the start, they managed to escape disaster. By the time they return to the city, it's dark. Jella believes the flashes of light she saw on Mars yesterday must have been aliens launching these spheres. Now all signs point to Martians beginning their invasion of Earth. Jella immediately decides to quickly inform the higher-ups. Since it's already late, they decide to leave the next day, but the Martians won't give them that chance. Just as they're preparing to leave the city the next day, several blood-covered soldiers come running from nearby. Something's coming, run! One last thing. For cars, think Ghazi. You can choose from home.